What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year's or New Year's Eve, or whenever you listen to it. Happy New Year's and New Year's Eve. You made it to the weekend, and that's the most important part of what we're here to say. And we are here once again to keep you guys company. Thank you guys for joining us on what's going to be the last show of the year. We will be back next week again for the new year and rocking and rolling from there. But before we get started with any of this, don't forget to follow us on the social media scene. You can follow us on Twitter at @theblown_save, on Instagram at @theblown_save. Don't forget, you guys can also still reach out to us at theblown_save_podcast@gmail.com, or head on over to theblown_save_podcast.com and read up about me and Artie and the whole 9 yards. But as always, man, I can't do nothing. I wouldn't be here without the one, the only, my compadre. What's up, brother? Last show of the year. What up?
What's up, man? Ready to break into the new year or what?
I think the new year is going to break me. But, you know, well, technically, and we were talking off air or whatever, 2021 is sending me off with a bang. And, but hopefully 2022 is looking a lot better because of you and some awesome ideas we have, or you have, that you finally let us into your secrets. And so the future 2022 seems a lot brighter. We got the baby coming. We got other
another one
stuff coming.
Is that 3 straight years? 3 straight years for you or what?
Yeah, no.
Imagine if the Cowboys just went on that kind of streak.
They're on a good streak right now, motherfucker. Number 2 in the league.
Yeah, but they they're tied for the second best record in the league.
It says number 2 and their name.
Yeah.
They have the tiebreakers because they've beaten more NFC teams.
Oh yeah.
And this and that.
Right.
All right,
even though they lost in Tampa.
Fucking Andy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but we beat more NFC teams. That's why we're number 2
seed. Yeah, there's
seed.
shittier teams in your division.
Anyways, we did it, compa. We made it to the end of the year. Everyone, before we get started, I just want to thank you all. I want to thank all the listeners out there, whether you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else where you're catching the show. Thank you all for the support and the love over the last year and before, if you guys have been here since then. We may not be the biggest show out there, but we definitely have a lot of fun. Who knows, maybe one day we will be one of the biggest shows out there. Any thoughts before we get into today's show, compa, as far as like how this year has transpired with the show and us and the whole 9 yards?
I mean, everything's just changed for me, and I guess some ways for you too. I'm back in person teaching, so that takes up a lot of my time. Leo started school, so that's something that was a brand new endeavor. So we've had to deal with that and not be as consistent with the show. Definitely Friday nights are not necessarily locked in anymore, which is my original thought.
Yeah,
people are just gonna have to deal with that because there's no way I could be giving up every single Friday night to do a podcast. It's not in the cards for me.
Absolutely.
And but with that adjustment, it's been pretty cool. You've been home more because of your changing scenario with work.
Absolutely, absolutely. I had a mini breakdown last week. I just got I had a little bit of the sniffles. I got really scared that it was COVID again. And I just had to get out of my own head, honestly, and remind myself it's not last year. We're good. We're healthy. We're good. Let's go.
Yeah, but everything's good, man. We're doing all right over here, So
at the end of the day, brother, that's what matters. That everybody's doing all right, and we're getting through everything that we need to get through. Nothing is a life or death right now. We're just enjoying life and trying to get through it with our family as best as we can. And yeah, thanks everybody for listening to us and continuously hanging out with us. So yeah, more things to come in the new year. So just hang tight and enjoy. But let's fucking jump into it. I have so much written because we took last week off because obviously it was Christmas, and we both were spending it with family, so we didn't do any of that madness last week. But I do have about 5 pages worth of stuff. 3.5.
Damn.
3.5 because we have the pics and stuff like that, and that takes up a lot of space on the page. So realistically, about 3 pages of stuff we're gonna go through. But yeah, guys, let's fucking jump into it. And before we get into anything else, I want to talk about baseball. I know Leon's like, fuck, baseball again. This one's going to be real quick. We're still on strike. All right, moving on to the NBA. I mean, that's basically what's going on with baseball right now.
Wow, what you call Cody Bellinger somehow slid under the radar and agreed to arbitration before.
How are they doing this, man? How are they? Oh, I don't understand. No. They're saying they're saying that it got done before they went on strike. They're backdating shit.
That's what I said. I just literally said that. It got done before it went on strike, but it was slid under the radar. Like, I don't understand how that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, weird.
You're the baseball
guy. It came out like a month later.
Do you think
the Hall of Fame votes?
Do you think
that's kind of interesting that you didn't talk about that? Bring that up.
Oh, we'll talk about the Hall of Fame.
You said that was it for baseball.
On strike. That's my gag, bro. Because it's been like 3 weeks. What was I going to say? It would be interesting to know if that's how it really went down, or if they're just playing it that way so that they don't get in trouble for doing the whole arbitration stuff with Bellinger. How do you feel? Do you honestly think that it was done under the radar? Oh yeah, we forgot to tell you guys. Or do you think it was done? Or do you think it was done kind of on the side hustle, backdating stuff?
I guess backdate would be the only way it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way it makes sense. Because, like, how do you just not remember that? Hey, we signed our arbitration, yeah. Like,
oh yeah, hey, it was like a month ago. What are you talking about? Must have slid under the radar.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you. My bad.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait. I mean, no harm, no foul at this point right now, but nunca sabe uno. You never know. So what are we doing with the Hall of Fame voting, guy? I know we have a couple. Clemens, Bonds, and Schilling are still up for their last time on the ballot here.
I know the last time I think me and you were talking about, and I've seen some good arguments as of late. Andrew Jones, man, looking like he belongs in the Hall of Fame based on some of these arguments that I'm seeing on here. Another dude that kind of I'm starting to see more support for is Fred McGriff. Do you realize Fred McGriff almost had fucking 500 home runs? He had 493, dude.
Holy shit! I did not know that. That would be, for those of you guys playing at home, that would be brought up by the Veterans Committee for Mr. Fred McGriff. Andrew Jones right now is fifth year coming up on the ballot. Was sitting last year at 33.9% of the vote. So he is. I mean, he's working his way up. Is he going to make a huge jump between that and getting the 75% right that you would need to be in the Hall of Fame? Do you think he jumps this year that high?
I don't. But So I was seeing some highlights of him, and I saw that people were saying, like, and they made good arguments. They're like, dude, the reason he didn't have a longer career is because he threw his body around a lot more in the outfield. You know what I'm saying?
I do
remember.
He
also didn't take care of his weight.
Yeah.
Know? He started eating one too many donuts.
Little bit. I do remember him really throwing himself out there, laying out for balls, hitting those walls. He is a 5-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glover, Silver Slugger. So he's been doing work, man. He definitely has, I think, the resume to put on it. 434 home runs, 254 career batting average, 1,289 RBIs, 152 stolen bases. So, you know, it's there. It's there. So,
50 home run season, right? Didn't he? I think he has a 50 home run season there.
Let me see here. I'm staring at the 51 home run season in 2005.
I mean, think about that. How many center fielders had 50 home run seasons? Let's name some. Let's just take a guess. I don't even have the computer in front of me, obviously, but I would say obviously Griffey.
That was my number one pick right there.
Maybe Mickey Mantle? Maybe? I don't remember Mickey ever having a 50 home run. No, he did. He had 50 home runs.
He had to have had 50 home runs.
So, Mickey, but I don't know if he was a center fielder when he did it. The Brady, the dude from
Brady
Baltimore.
Anderson.
Yeah. Brady. I'm
trying to pull it up here.
Wouldn't even be able to name too many, dude. Like, seriously, center fielder, 50 home run seasons. It's got to be a short list. Got to be a short list.
These are everybody's. I pulled up. I pulled up the top 50 home run seasons, but that's a whole another animal.
And then put it in by center fielder.
I did, but it only shows. It says a complete list of every 50 home run season. If I give you the names, you'll probably be able to tell me if they were in the outfield. So Pete Alonso.
Not center field, first base.
Okay, Giancarlo, no, not center field. No. Aaron Judge, not center field. Chris Davis, not center field.
No.
Bautista, nope. Rodriguez, Alex, no. Prince Fielder, hell no. Ryan Howard, nope. Ortiz, nope. Andrew Jones.
Yep,
that's one. Jim Thome, nope. Bonds, nope. Sosa, nope. Luis Gonzalez,
nope.
Guire, nope. Sosa, nope. Greg Vaughn,
nope.
Who else we got? I'm trying to see who else we got here. Griffey's right there, 56 home runs in 97. Brady Anderson, 50 exactly in.
I think he was a center fielder.
96. And then Albert Bell.
Nope.
So that's it. It's a very short list.
Yeah, like I said, two guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could see him getting into the Hall of Fame in the next 3 years.
Yeah, I think he gets there eventually.
Yeah, I don't see him not getting into the Hall of Fame at this point.
Yeah.
Anywho, I digress. So, other than Andrew Jones, who else do you think? I mean, the next guy who was like on the list who was close enough to get those votes right now: Scott Rowland at 52%, Omar Vizquel at 49%, Billy Wagner at 46%, Todd Helton at 40%.
I think Billy's another dude we need to talk about. He's probably the best all-time left-handed closer.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Got to be up there.
Would you like to elaborate on that one, sir?
Dude, he had a 2.49 career ERA. Hit 100 miles per hour.
Actually, his ERA was 2.31.
Oh, excuse me. Even better. His worst ERA he ever had was 2.89.
Somewhere around there. I'd have to look.
I thought you had it in front of you. That's right.
It doesn't have the ERA on here. It says earned. Oh, here it is. Worst one. Let's see, 285. Oh no, he had in 2000 he had a 6.18.
Oh shit! Was that an injury season though? Was that the year he got hurt?
It might have been the year he got hurt. But other than that, 285 is his highest. Other than that, 285.
And that's what it was. He got hurt that year because he got hurt one year. But yeah, dude. So 285. His worst ERA in the season. Mm-hmm. Come on, dude. I mean, what else you want?
422 saves.
Yeah. They got to start setting some kind of criteria for like relievers. You know what I'm saying?
They have to.
Like saying, 400 saves. Kind of gets you into the Hall of Fame or something. Dude, 400 saves, bro. That's 10 years at 40 saves a year. That's a lot of saves, dude. That's a lot of saves.
No, I'm with you there, dude. You don't gotta sell me on it, bro.
And they talk about you gotta be dominant for 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think his highest saves in one season was?
He probably was just consistent in the 40s. I don't think he ever broke 50. Did he ever break 50? Tell me that.
No.
Yes or no? No. Yeah, that's what I thought. So then I would say 48.
44 was his highest saves. But he went his rookie year, he did 9, and then after that it was 23, 30, 39. Then it dropped down to 6, 39, 35, 44, 21, 38, 40, 34, 27, and then he was hurt. And then in 2010, his last season, in his last season, bro, he had 37 saves. Come on. Put him in there. Put him in there.
Yeah, I think he belongs. And I think so. These are dudes that eventually, if they don't get voted in, they're going to get in by the Veterans Committee. Billy Wagner, Scott Rowland, Fred McGriff, Andrew Jones. I think all those dudes eventually get voted in by the committee.
Do you think Schillings, Bonds, and Clemens get voted in by the committee?
Nope. Maybe Schilling, but not Bonds, Clemens.
Gotcha.
I don't think so.
What about Torrey? Is Torrey gonna make it in there at some point?
Joe Torre?
Torrey Hunter, buddy.
Oh, no.
He had 9.5% of the vote this last year. You got to be over 3% or 5%, something like that. So he's got a long way to go. Anything else on MLB? I think that's tapped out our MLB news.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's good enough with me. I mean,
right.
MVP. The balloting.
All right. Let's see, the NBA, the Lakers are sputtering. I got a chance to watch a game on Wednesday night. Took the comadre out on a little date. She wanted, or the baby wanted wings, so we went and got wings. The Lakers were leading. The ladies were leading in the game until the middle of the fourth quarter, and they ended up losing that game. I forgot who they were playing. LeBron has moved to the center position, and he was trying to carry the team to a win. But the lack of offensive rebounds cost the Lakers game. And I was just watching. I'm not an avid basketball, watcher or fan or anything like that, to any extent of the word. But when it's on and I got nothing else going on, like I'll take a look. And it looked a lot of times where the Lakers, the players on the boards were, anytime somebody shot the ball, they stood there and watched it. And nobody was crashing at the rim trying to get that rebound or making sure if it's a rebound to go get it and stuff like that. So you're not going to win that way. I don't care who you have on your team. And in fact, they just got rid of Rajon Rondo. They traded him to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Denzel Valentine, who they waived to make roster space for somebody else that they're bringing up. But
what did they trade Rondo for then?
To make space, to make cap space, and to make a roster spot.
Okay.
I mean, they could have probably just let him go and called it a day. I'm pretty sure they got money out of it too. But still, Rondo's going to the Cleveland Cavaliers, which are in rebuilding right now. They got a bunch of young talent, so he's probably going to be done after this season, if not one more season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Anywho, and I mean, like I said, we're. Specifically me, I'm not a huge basketball fan where I'm like avidly watch like I do football or baseball, but just kind of glimpsing out. It doesn't look like the Lakers are going to be doing much. I saw that they beat somebody the other day. The score was like 142 to 118. I was like, damn, they put an ass whooping. And then I looked, and the other team had like 3 wins the entire season. I'm like, oh yeah, no, we're good, like that.
Sound like the Cowboys playing in their division.
Oh, as soon as I said it, I knew you were going to do it. I knew you were going to do it, man. I knew it. Let's jump into the NFL since we're there talking about the NFL now. Yeah. So first and foremost, got to put it out there. The NFL lost a legend this past week. Coach John Madden has passed away at the age of 85 on Christmas Day. John Madden gathered his close family members and friends around his TV around 2 p.m. The documentary about his life, All Madden, which I watched today, which was fucking beautiful, man. It was airing on Fox, and he wanted to watch it with the people he loved most. Little did his family know that only a few short days later he would no longer be with us. Madden told the whole Hall of Fame committee when he was nominated for the Hall of Fame to evaluate his performance as a coach and nothing else. Just if I'm good enough to be in there as a coach, put me in as a coach. Forget everything else that I've been doing. Those which, being a broadcaster, a product pitch man, and an esports innovator, he said he's a coach and a teacher, period. He would always let people know, like, that's who I am. Madden will also be honored by all teams this Sunday with a moment of silence before each of the games. The silence will be heard around the league, but none more so than at the Raiders game when they face the Colts. Man, I mean, I never got to see Madden coach, right? We weren't that old yet. I know Madden from his broadcast years. And the video games. I mean, that's just how I know Madden, and it was always an entertaining thing to watch him kind of talk about doing the commentating about sports and stuff like that. So, or about football, and I mean, he did a bunch of stuff. It was just really nice to be able to see his life and how he attacked everything and how the impact that he's had not only on the sport, not only on everything around the sport, but just on the people he was around. He drove on the bus because he didn't like flying. And he would stop in like little podunk towns, 2-horse towns or whatever. And he'd stop and they'd be like, "Oh, why are you in town?" He's like, "I'm just driving through, but the diner's open, so we came to eat some food." So he was always, and it shows on there. He was always one of those guys that he's bigger than life, but not big enough to say hi, shake a hand, or sign an autograph, which I think speaks volumes of the type of person that he is.
I thought it was interesting that he played baseball at Cal Poly Pomona.
I was hoping you were going to bring it up, sir, because you brought it up to
locally.
Me. Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
It is wild that he played baseball.
I wonder where he's originally from, that he played over here in Pomona.
He's not from the area. He's from Central California.
Okay.
I forget that they talk about it, but he's from Central California, but he ended up coming and playing baseball here at Cal Poly Pomona here in Southern California. So. And
then how did he play NFL football then? How do you go from Cal Poly Pomona baseball to NFL football?
He may have only played like 1 year or one season.
They had him, the thing I sent you, didn't they have like a 4-year alum or something?
Oh, I have no idea at that point.
Mm.
But I know he got drafted into football and then he got hurt, so he didn't even get to play.
I see.
And then he became an educator. He became a teacher, and that's how he when they were talking about it, if you guys haven't seen this, but when they were talking to him about becoming an analyst or a what the hell they call him, a broadcaster, they were like, well, how are you going to kind of do all this and that? And he said, well, I'm a teacher first and foremost, so I'm going to teach the viewers, if they don't know too much about football, I'm going to teach them. And he brought the X's and O's and everything like that. And he actually, I didn't know this one, he was actually approached by the University of California, Berkeley, and he taught fundamentals of football as a class for Berkeley. And they showed a video of one of the classes, and the majority of them were females that were in the class. And he said it's not that women don't understand the sport, it's that people don't take the time out to explain the sport to actually allow them to enjoy it the way that we do. So his primary goal was to be a teacher of the sport and let people fall in love with it in their own way. So
pretty cool,
right? I think so. Pretty cool. I mean, I think Madden, I mean, we play the games. I do, at least. We're trying to get you on this year's, but anywho, a lot of kids nowadays, I mean, who knows how long the Madden NFL football is going to go, the franchise, but hopefully it goes for years and years and years and years. So it'd be pretty awesome. So I think the Raiders said it well. The Raiders. They said it well when they said few individuals met as much to the growth and popularity of professional football as Coach Madden, whose impact on the game, both on and off the field, was and will be immeasurable. So, fucking A, man. All right, let's talk about big games and what's going on this week, because we got a lot of stuff going on this week, a lot of playoff implications, people on the bubble, people not on the bubble, people not caring, people caring. The whole 9 yards. Earlier this week, the NFL and NFLPA agreed to new terms, changing the minimum isolation time from 10 days to 5 days per the new CDC guidelines for anybody that pops positive for COVID that is asymptomatic. So it will allow players to come back a little sooner as long as they are asymptomatic. They are cleared after 5 days. They're allowed to. They do the 2 tests and they're good there. So that brings a lot of stuff back into play. A lot of players that would have been stuck on the sidelines are actually going to get to play. And a huge game for the Vikings. They are playing the Packers this week, which I was hoping they might be able to squeak one and beat the Packers this week. They will be headed into the Conference starting quarterback Kirk Cousins. Cousins has been placed on the COVID-19 reserve list. The Vikings will either be rolling with, actually no, as of writing that, quarterback Sean Manayan was just taken off the COVID-19 list today, so he will start on Sunday against the Packers on that Sunday night game. The loss of their number one quarterback couldn't come at a worse time. The Vikings are currently in eighth place, trailing the Eagles for the final wild card spot. So there's seven spots for the playoffs. So we'll see there. Do you think the backup quarterback led Vikings are going to be able to pull this one off against the Packers with hobbled Aaron Rodgers?
Considering that the Packers are the best team in the NFL, I would say no.
I gotta ask the question, man. Like, goddamn, we know the answer.
In Green Bay.
In Green Bay. Green Bay.
Rodgers does not lose in Green Bay, man.
It's one of those bets you gotta take.
Yeah, I would love to see what his record is at Green Bay.
Oh yeah. You don't bet Rod. We had this discussion a couple years ago. Well, I don't know if it was you and I, but I had this discussion with somebody. You don't bet against Peyton Manning on a Sunday night game, nationally televised at home. I'm gonna say the same thing. You do not bet against Aaron Rodgers on a nationally televised game with playoff seeding implications at bay. You just don't do it. And at home in late December? Oh, no. Technically, it'll be January 2nd. So in January, you don't do that. No.
Oh.
Put your money on the Packers on that one, guys. The Packers have activated their own player headed into the weekend. Mike Evans has been activated off the COVID-19 reserve list because of the new NFLPA agreement, which is good. How he's going to be out there on the field, who knows? How do you think Evans is going to be out there?
I think he'll be fine because they got Antonio Brown, so now it'll be a 1-2 punch, Oh
yeah,
because Godwin's done, right?
Yeah, he's done for the year. Yeah,
should be fine. Feed him.
Another big guy that is huge implications. I don't know how implications you want to talk about, but Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson speaks on the future in Seattle, hoping that this weekend's game is not his final game in Seattle. He spoke to the media saying, "I know for me, and I hope it's not my last game in Seattle. I'm wearing the Seattle Seahawks jersey. But at the same time, I know it won't be my last game in the NFL. The Seahawks enter Sunday with a 5-10 record. Even if they were to win out their last 2 games of the season with everybody else losing, they wouldn't make the playoffs. And this would mark the first time since 2011 that Russell Wilson and the Seahawks will end in a losing season." So, wow. Talk about winning culture out in Seattle. This one's a new one for them. Do you think Russell Wilson's played his last game in Seahawks blue and green?
I kind of do, man. I kind of do. I hope not. I could see that dude being a legend there, but he got paid already, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and that team's not doing very good. They need to kind of rebuild, man.
Yeah. They got 2 amazing receivers in Metcalf and Lockett, but
Why isn't it working then?
There's no running game. The defense is not there. It's not the Legion of Boom, and nowhere near the Legion of Boom. So I think that's what's costing them more. They need to build the offensive line isn't all there. They honestly need to build around Wilson, the 2 receivers, and rebuild running backs and defense.
Yeah. Anything else they need to rebuild on?
Everything. Fuck it. You know what? Get Pete Carroll out of that motherfucker and
I think he's the first one to get fired.
Really?
Yeah. I was seeing that he's like, who's the first coach to get fired this offseason, and I had read him somewhere, and I wouldn't disagree.
Yeah, no. The Jacksonville Urban Meyer got fucking let go. 4 games left in the season. They're like, yeah, no, bro, get the fuck out. Yeah. They actually went after Dan Quinn, defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, and Dan Quinn said, "You know what, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that. We're focused on what we're doing here, and I'm having a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and pass. Maybe another day, another time, another year.
Damn.
So,
Damn.
yeah, they also asked for our offensive coordinator. What's his name, dude? You know it. I know you know it.
No, offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
The dude that fired from the Giants that was a Cowboys coach?
No, he's the Cowboys offensive coordinator right now. Kellen Moore. He used to be a quarterback. That's what his name is.
Oh, yeah.
Kellen Moore got asked for the interviews for Jacksonville as well. He didn't come out and publicly say anything, but he also passed on that. So,
damn.
Yeah, it is what it is. Speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, the Cowboys have been named fringe contenders going into the playoffs. A lot of the analysts have said that the Cowboys should be making some noise in the playoffs, but they should see, and when they do see Tampa Bay, Green Bay, or LA, the Rams, in the NFC Championship game, that's about as far as they're going to make it. If they do get that far, is what they're saying. The Cowboys.
Well, they're going to somehow avoid them all before the NFC Championship game. They're going to play one of those teams in the second round.
Yeah. It's not going to be Green Bay though, because if they're the number 2, then they wouldn't play Green Bay. It would most likely be LA.
Right.
So I would, because if the season ended today, they'd be playing the Eagles. And then the lowest seeded team at that point would be LA and the Rams, because I don't think the Rams are going to lose their game. Because I think they play the Arizona Cardinals if it ended today. So we shall see. Well, we'll have to wait and see. The Cowboys, they do enter the week 17 at 11-4, tied with the Bucs and Rams for the second best record in the NFC, and could potentially, with a lot of luck, end the regular season with the number 1 seed and a bye in the first round of the playoffs. If the Cowboys end the season as the number 2 seed, they could have 2 home games in the playoffs, with the NFC Championship game being either in Green Bay or in Dallas if they make it all the way there, as they are the top 2 seeds. This is if nothing changes in the standings. Honestly, I need to see what they do this week. I say it all the time. I say it every year. Cowboys are going all the way. Cowboys going all the way. Cowboys going all the way. Once you get into the playoffs, it's a whole other animal. It's playoff football. It's win or go home. You could be doing great in the season and then fuck it all up. I think Arizona is going to be a good test. Although, and I read this the other day, I need to be prepared for 2 different types of people come Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. Either if the Cowboys win, they're going to say, "Oh, well, the Arizona they're not 100%. They've lost, 3 of the last 5, yada yada yada." All these excuses. But if they lose, they're going to be like, "Well, it's Dallas, man. Look, they can't beat a winning team. They can't, it's like, dude, come on. You're giving me the worst scenario on each side." Like, at some point, I believe that you got to give them credit. I mean, they're 11-4, tied for the second place lead, or whatever you want to call it, the second best record in the NFC. And you're gonna everybody that plays in the NFL, minus the Jets and kind of the Jaguars right now, they're all professional football players. These guys are there for a fucking reason. It's not like they're playing the Poughkeepsie, high school team. They're actually playing professional football players. They get paid millions of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, to play football. Not everybody who plays college ball gets into the NFL. So these guys are the most elite players in the league, in their respective positions and whatnot, and depends on where they go. But, I mean, so, like, they beat the Washington no-names. They beat the snot out of them. And even our backup quarterback with the backup receivers scored a touchdown. So it says something about the other team, and them having to kind of get better and put better players around them. But you got to give credit to the Cowboys with something, because a couple weeks before they almost let them come back, and they almost stole that game. This game they put it all together. Zeke looks like he's running better. He's not limping. Dak looked like he's finally getting on tempo with the receivers. The defense is the fucking defense. It's the best number 1 defense in the NFL right now.
Shitty ass teams.
Huh?
They're playing shitty ass teams with backup quarterbacks.
Bro, you're in the NFL. Everybody,
the
here's the
NFL
thing:
East.
you're either a Cowboy hater or you're a Cowboy fan. There is no casual one way or the other. Just saying.
I'm definitely casual. Definitely casual. Definitely.
All I hear is negatives from you. That ain't casual.
What are you talking about? How's it negatives?
Come on, bro. They only play
I like Dak.
They only
I
play
like
the
Dak.
weak teams. The NFC East is terrible.
No,
the
they've only
NFC
done
South
well.
is even worse.
They are worse.
But nobody says nothing about
East is
Brady.
terrible.
And we're tied same
Wait, but isn't Buffalo in that division?
Buffalo's in the
Or Brady
American Buffalo's in AFC.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So the NFC South, if you look at all the teams and all their wins and losses, the NFC South is the worst division. Okay, they have the Tampa Bay and New Orleans are the only two shiny spots on their end. Everybody else has below 4 wins. Everybody else, the other two teams have below 4 wins. Okay, and they get to play them twice each year. Okay, but nobody says the same shit they're saying about Dallas, about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because Tom Brady's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Same shit. It doesn't matter what the rest of the of your division's doing. If you're winning, you're winning.
Yep.
Like I said, if they lose against the Arizona Cardinals, oh look, Dallas can't beat a fucking a winning team. Dallas can't handle the big game. Dallas can't do this. Dallas can't do that. If they win, oh, Arizona wasn't 100%. Kyler Murray's on a dip right now. They don't have one of their best receivers. This and that. Like, dude, come on. At some point,
that sounds like Cowboy fans. What they usually say when they lose.
Oh hell no, hell no! I hear nothing but the analysts talking about this shit right now. At some point, you gotta say, "Hey, man, they're a fucking good football team." Especially that defense. If the defense is playing the same way they're playing right now throughout the rest of the season, the next 2 games, and going into the playoffs, and Dak and the offense is fucking getting going the way they're going the last game, then hey, you gotta admit they're contenders.
I could definitely see them like rolling through the playoffs if they play shitty ass teams in the playoffs.
Well, they're gonna play the Eagles first.
Like I said, there you go, first round bye.
There you go.
And then,
Basically,
and then they're gonna go bye.
We'll have to wait and see who they get in that second round. But anyway.
You need a home game in that second round.
Yeah, we do. We need. Well, if we win that first game, we're definitely getting a home game in the second round. It's playing in the NFC title game. Is going to be either, if they get to that point, if they win the wild card and the divisional, that means if the Packers are still in it, then it'll be in Green Bay. But if the Cowboys are still in it, it'll be in Dallas. Because they're the higher seed. Technically, right now, they're the higher seed. So here we go.
See.
Speaking of ending eras over there with Russell Wilson, all signs point to the end of an era in Pittsburgh. Monday night's game against the Steelers and the Browns is looking to be the final home game for Big Ben Roethlisberger amid retirement rumors, and it is highly unlikely that Roethlisberger would play for another team in 2022. I think we could both agree to that. The Steelers still have a chance to win the AFC North and host a playoff game. They would have to win out and have Cincy lose both of their last 2 games against the Chiefs and the Browns, so it is possible.
Possible.
Big question here. Is this his last year? Do you think anybody will be like, hey, man, come be our backup?
I mean, yeah, I think there will be teams that tell him that. I don't think he does that. I think he goes in, as a Hall of Famer and playing for only one team, all that good stuff,
Yeah. I do not think he's going to play again. I think he takes a couple years off. I think he becomes an offensive coordinator somewhere.
I can see that too, for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely a field general, as they like to call the certain quarterbacks, pocket passers, stuff like that. So I think he could bring a lot of good knowledge to a team wherever he went. Will he go back to Pittsburgh to do that? I think it'd be a little too close to home immediately, but I think eventually he ends up back in Pittsburgh helping out with whatever is going on at that point.
Right. I could see it.
I can see clearly now.
I mean, going to yeah, I don't know. Imagine going to Seattle, but yeah, I don't know. He'd have to go to a team that just needs only a quarterback, nothing else.
Yeah, Oh, absolutely. And how many teams out there only need a quarterback right now?
Right. They're good and ready to go.
Yeah. Anybody who's good and ready to go already has a quarterback.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
So I think this is the end, Big Ben. It's been a good ride. He's been at the top of his game for a long time. Last few years he's kind of fallen off, but that's what happens when you get older, unless you're Tom Brady. And you pay the devil and the whole 9 yards, and you stay young and all that other stuff. Tom Brady's like 4 years older than me, and he looks 30 years younger than me. This is terrible.
That's funny.
So let's look at the playoff picture real quick in the AFC right now. So if it ended today, Kansas City Chiefs who are 11-4, are the number 1 seed right now. They get a bye in the first round. Tennessee Titans are sitting at number 2 at 10-5. They would be playing the Miami Dolphins in that number 7 seed at 8-7. Cincinnati at the number 3 seed would be playing the New England Patriots at 9-6. They're both sitting at 9-6. Buffalo would be playing the Indianapolis Colts. And in the hunt right now, though, so still in the mix. You got the Chargers at 8-7, which are probably the favorite to sneak in there some way, somehow, some shape. Vegas Raiders are right there with them at 8-7, but the Raiders are the Raiders. They like to shoot themselves in the foot. So we shall see how that one goes. The Baltimore Ravens, without a 100% healthy Lamar Jackson, are not going to go anywhere. I think you can agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I totally agree.
Pittsburgh Steelers, I love the optimism. I love the fact it would be awesome if Ben Roethlisberger got in there one last time and led them to an AFC championship game. But it ain't happening. It's just not going to happen, guys. So, Pittsburgh, I'm sorry. The same with Cleveland. I mean, you guys have had your ups and downs, and you're sitting right now at 7-8. You'd have to win out with some help. People losing, probably not going to happen. And finally, the Denver Broncos sitting at 7-8. Once again, they'd have to win out and have a lot of people lose to be able to jump everybody else and go in there. So, right now, I think of the people in the hunt, I'm looking at the Chargers. I don't want to say the Raiders, but the Chargers, I think, have the best opportunity to be able to jump into the that last wild card spot or get one of the wild card spots. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I don't understand how they're not in it, man. I feel like their team is underachieving. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The problem is that they play in the same division as the Kansas City Chiefs. So
yeah. Well, still, I mean, they only played the Chiefs twice, right?
Yeah, I mean they're 8-7. If you take those 2 games away, they lost to them. So, it's difficult, but I think definitely the Chargers are going to be looking good. If they don't make the playoffs this season, they're going to be looking at making the playoffs in the next year, and the next few years going ahead, because Herbert is just lighting it up, man.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good.
Fucking
pretty special.
Of all the rookie quarterbacks, Herbert, I'll tell you what, that guy's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it. Looking at the NFC right now, obviously the Green Bay Packers are the number 1 seed. They'd get the bye if it ended today. Cowboys would be playing the Eagles, like I said earlier. The Rams would be playing San Francisco. Tampa Bay would be playing the Cardinals if it went down today. In the hunt right now, we have the Minnesota Vikings, Atlanta Falcons, out of nowhere, the Atlanta Falcons, the New Orleans Saints, and the Washington football team. Of those teams, who could sneak in and steal it? If they had Kirk Cousins, I would have said the Vikings. I don't know how long he's going to be down. I think Atlanta's going to shoot themselves in the foot too much. New Orleans could be sneaky and get in the playoffs. I definitely don't think Washington's going anywhere. Who do you think, if anybody, sneaks into the playoffs?
They're all pretty bad, don't you think?
I agree, but we got to pick the Minnesota Vikings, Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, or the Washington no-name team.
Man, you're right. I like the Vikings, to be honest.
If anybody on that list, I gotta agree, man. It's the Vikings.
But I mean, who they play this week? How though?
They play the Packers, so that one's gonna be a loss. But
I don't see that.
But here's the thing: so Philadelphia plays the Cowboys that last game of the season. And if the number one seed is still available or still out there to be, Cowboys are going to be playing. They're going to be playing and knock the Eagles out. So it's possible. It's possible. Don't you think?
Yeah, sure. I can see it.
I can see it. All right. That's the playoffs. Speaking of Hall of Fame, because we were talking about Hall of Fame guys in MLB, the Hall of Fame for the National Football League finalists have been announced. Some of the guys that are fresh, the new faces on the ballot, Andre Johnson, second in all-time receiving yards per game, ended his career with 1,062 receptions, 14,185 yards off those 1,062 receptions, which landed him 11th in NFL history. DeMarcus Ware, the D-Ware, one of the best pass rushers in NFL history, 9-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro with a Super Bowl win in his 12-year career. He finished his career ranking 9th in career sacks with 138.5. Devin Hester in his first year on the ballot, one of, if not the most prolific return specialists in NFL history. Hester holds the NFL record with 19 combined kick and punt return touchdowns, with 14 of those coming off of punt returns in his career. So punt returning touchdowns, 14 of them, and that's crazy. he wasn't a shabby receiver either. And then finally, new guy on the ballot, Patrick Willis, 7-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All-Pro, finished his career with 20.5 sacks, 8 interceptions, 8 interceptions amongst a plethora of other defensive stats. There was like a shit ton of defensive stats that he was put in there. He was named Defensive Rookie of the Year where he finished with 4 sacks, 5 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 forced fumble recovery, with 174 tackles and 8 tackles for losses and 7 quarterback hits. On a side note on this one, if he won Defensive Rookie of the Year with those numbers, I have to think that Micah Parsons is basically a shoe-in for Defensive Player of the Year.
Maybe.
Because he's already got 13 sacks.
For a rookie.
That's what I'm saying. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
He's locked in.
Yeah, Patrick.
And he's really fighting. He's fighting against his own teammate for possibly Defensive Player of the Year, right?
Yeah. Make them co-defensive players of the years.
Why not?
Some of the guys that are on there in their final year, I guess, in the NFL, you only get 3-4 times to be able to on. Sam Mills. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 10 years. But as a finalist, so this is his 10th year. So Sam Mills, 3rd year as a finalist, and his 10th and final year of eligibility. The 5-time Pro Bowler and 1-time All-Pro, finished his career with 20.5 sacks, 11 interceptions, 36 passes defended, 22 forced fumbles, 23 forced fumble recoveries, and 1,265 tackles. So wow. Zach Thomas.
That's what I've been preaching for a minute.
A 7-time Pro Bowler, is a finalist on his 3rd time, and it's his final year of eligibility. A 5-time All-Pro, finished his career with 1,720 tackles, 20.5 sacks, 17 forced fumbles, 8 fumble recoveries, and 17 interceptions. I think everybody, if anybody on these final, because these 3 names are here, it's their last year of eligibility. If anybody's going to get in there, it's going to be Zach Thomas. It has to be. Just absolutely has to be. And finally, Jared Allen, he's a finalist for a 2nd year in a row. This is his last year. Allen finished his career with 136 sacks, good for 12th in NFL history. 6 interceptions, 58 passes deflected, 32 forced fumbles, 19 fumble recoveries, 648 tackles, 171 of those tackles for a loss, and 228 quarterback hits. Like I said before, of the 3 who are on here the last time, if only one of them goes, I believe Zach Thomas should go. If 2 of them go, I believe Jared Allen, Zach Thomas. If all 3, obviously Sam Mills, throw him in there. What do you think?
I agree with you, compa. For sure.
Man, I
think exactly what you said. No, I mean, you're right, though. Like, Zach Thomas, bro. Like, come on, man. What the hell, bro? Like, that's racist.
How is he not in there yet? Absolutely. How is he not in there yet? Of the 4...
Out of all the good old boys club things?
I know, right? Of all of the four new guys that just got announced, so Andre Johnson, DeMarcus Ware, Devin Hester, and Patrick Willis, who do you think has the best opportunity to make it in their first ballot, or do you think none of them will?
Patrick Willis.
Patrick Willis?
For sure.
Okay.
Devin Hester is a specialist, but I mean, man, he's the one that really made that a special thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
And now the NFL's never going to see that again because of all the rule changes that they've had. And I understand it too, because I think we broke it down once upon a time. It's the only time in the game where everybody's charging each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where they're going full speed right at each other. And that's a kickoff return. So that they're back when they were trying to deal with the whole CTE concussions and stuff like that and address it. This was like one big way to try to address that and limit it. Like, let's limit the spots where they're charging in against each other, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's something that we're just never going to see it again. What happened? Remember the dude with Kansas City, too? The human joystick? What was his name? He was really good, too.
I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember his name.
Yeah,
but
really
I don't
good.
I don't think Hester gets in there in his first year, like obviously this year. But I do think he eventually gets in there just because exactly what you said. A player of his caliber and what he did, his specialty with the kick returns and the punt returns, we're not going to see that ever again. And he has to.
Would you be able to name the top who leads the NFL in punt returns or kick returns right now?
Devin Hester.
Right now, homeboy.
Oh, today,
Hester
today? Oh no, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Right? And we knew Devin Hester was a guy. You know?
Oh yeah, you never kicked to Devin Hester. It's just one of those things you don't kick to him.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and right now we have no idea who it even is. You know.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. Ty Montgomery is the leader.
From the Bears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many? It's here. Oh no! Wait! He has the most.
The other dude I could think of that was really good was Percy Harvin. Remember?
Oh yeah. So here's the guy who has the most kickoff/punt returns for a touchdown. You ready?
Yeah.
Kenny Ngwawu.
Uh-oh.
That
was gonna be my next guess.
Plays for the Vikings. That he's got 2. You know what I mean? Devin Hester, he's got 19.
Too many.
He's definitely, like I said, I don't think he goes in this year, but I do think he goes in eventually, just because he's such a specialized talent that we're not going to see ever again. That we need to make sure that they enshrine him and tell his story as the years go by. The same with DeMarcus Ware. I think he will get in there eventually. I don't think he gets in his first year of eligibility. He's a homer pick for me. DeMarcus Ware is the badass mofo. I'm so glad he got his Super Bowl ring with with Manning with the Broncos. But definitely, I don't think he gets in the first year. Maybe within the first 3-4 years, I think he gets in, but I don't think that he gets in the first year. Andre Johnson is a question mark for me. He's second in all time in receiving yards per game. So, yeah. And he's got 14,185 yards, and he's 11th in NFL history with that stat. All other 10 guys above him are in the Hall of Fame. But I don't think he gets in first ballot.
Nah. Probably not.
Yeah.
What about that dude, I think is it Andre Rison? Is he in the Hall of Fame? No, right?
No, he's not.
That's another dude that would be compared to Andre Johnson, if you ask me. Comparable.
Some of the other guys that are on the ballot, Richard Seymour, Bryant Young, Reggie Wayne, he's on there.
Reggie Wayne?
Yeah,
Wow.
6-time Pro Bowler and 1-time All-Pro, was selected to his 30th overall by the Colts. 14 years with the Colts. He caught 1,070 passes for 14,345 yards and 82 touchdowns. Ranks 10th overall. Oh, look. in receiving yards and receptions. So there you go. He did win a Super Bowl with Manning, another Manning Super Bowl guy, with the Colts. So there's that. Torrey Holt, Rondé Barber, Leroy Butler, Tony Baselli, Willie Anderson.
Rondé Barber, that's the dude from Tampa Bay?
Yes.
Yeah, he might have a shot too, man. He was pretty damn good in his time.
He
He's got a Super Bowl.
He does. Barber finished his career with 28 sacks, 47 interceptions, 197 passes deflected, 15 forced fumbles, 12 fumble recoveries, 1,251 tackles, 88 tackles for a loss, and 18 quarterback hits. He is a 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, and Super Bowl champion when he was selected by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the third round of the 1997 draft. He's a third rounder.
Yeah.
But he did win that Super Bowl in 2002. The year
Against
of the Tuck
Raiders.
Rule. The year of the Tuck Rule.
No, that wasn't the year of the Tuck Rule. Was
it
it?
Was.
No, because they beat the Raiders in that Super Bowl. The Super Bowl he won, and the year of the Tuck Rule is when the Raiders lost and did not make it to the Super Bowl. Tom Brady ended up winning it.
Oh, that's right. You're right. I was thinking because Tom Brady's on the Buccaneers. I was thinking, the Tuck Rule, but no, he was playing for the Patriots at that time. You're right. Mm-hmm. I'm wrong.
Thank you.
Whatever. It doesn't happen very often, but see how easily I say, you know what, you're right and I'm wrong. Yeah. You see how easy that is.
I gotta savor this one because it's football. Usually you're a little more right than me.
This is my wheelhouse, and you got me on one.
In baseball, I'm a lot more right than you. In football, you're a little more right than me.
A little bit. I got a little bit on you. All right. We're at that point where we're going to get into the picks from 2 weeks ago. So basically, it all boils down to Artie. You picked one more than I did. So 2 weeks ago, Artie, you won with 11. I had 10 correct picks. The decider was
in a row, baby.
The decider was the Pittsburgh Tennessee game. You picked Pittsburgh. I went with Tennessee, and that was my downfall. I know that. So I want to get into this week's picks, and then I want to get into a little bit of our favorite moments in sports, or on the show or whatever, throughout the year, throughout this last year. So let's get these picks. And we'll get into the little bit of a sentimental stuff, and then we'll go from there. So, Mr. RT Casas, we got the New York Giants at Chicago. Who do you got?
The Bears.
The Bears. I'm going to go with Chicago as well because they just look better than the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants look horrendous.
Oh, absolutely terrible.
Is Saquon Barkley damaged goods, compa, or what?
Oh, he's absolutely damaged goods. He's another what the fuck? The dude that played on the Rams, and then they sent him to Atlanta, and he still didn't do anything.
Oh, Todd Gurley.
Gurley
at least Gurley had some monster years, man.
Yeah.
Saquon had a good rookie year, not a monster rookie year, but a good rookie year. You know.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's all she wrote for those tree trunks and legs. He can't stay healthy. Jacksonville and New England.
New England.
All right. The L.A. Rams versus Baltimore.
Where's it at?
Baltimore.
Shit. We don't know if Lamar's back yet. I'm gonna take my Rams.
I'm gonna go with your Rams as well. Tampa Bay versus the New York Jets. That should be an easy one there.
Oh, man. Oh, I mean, Tom Brady's plane will crash. Aaron Brown will,
and they still
Antonio Brown would say something dumb,
and they would still win.
Mike Evans would have pulled a hamstring. They still win by 2, maybe 3.
Atlanta at Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Kansas City at Cincinnati.
Kansas City. No, I don't know. Yeah, Kansas City's on a roll.
Yeah.
Don't bet against them right now.
Yeah,
that's going to be the game of the week, though, man.
I think so as well.
That's got to be the game of the week.
That definitely has to be the game of the week. It's because it's so many playoff implications are going to ride on that one game. So many other teams are going to be watching that scoreboard for that one. We got Miami at Tennessee.
There's only 10 I see.
Ooh, I'm actually going to go Miami the way they've been playing. And they got a lot to try and squeeze into a playoff spot.
Well, you saw that they're the first team in NFL history that lost 7 straight games and then came back and won 7 straight games.
They figured it out.
That's crazy. But Tennessee is 10-5.
They are 10-5. Well, we'll have to wait.
And they got Antonio Brown back now too.
They got Julio Jones back.
I'm sorry, AJ Brown.
Oh, AJ Brown. Oh yeah. I'm still going Miami. My pick's locked in.
Yeah.
We got Las Vegas at Indianapolis.
Indy.
Right on. I was gonna go Las Vegas, but with the new protocols, they cleared Wentz to come back, so I'm going with Indianapolis.
It's in Indy too.
Yeah, it's in Indy. So Philadelphia at Washington.
Philly, because I think Philly's trying to get into that playoff spot.
Oh, absolutely. They're gonna run over Washington. I hope Washington beats them, just to kick them out of the fucking playoffs.
Is that the team you hate the most? Because Joe hates the Eagles the most out of like everybody. He's like, that's a one team. And like when Joe talks about it, it sounds like the San Francisco Giants for me. Like when I hear him talk about it, and I'm curious, are you the same way too?
Of the teams in the NFC East, that the Philadelphia Eagles are the worst, my most hated one. I really dislike the 49ers, but that comes from like the 90s and they beaten us in the championship game to go to the Super Bowl and actually win that one, Super Bowl 29. But Philadelphia is definitely a sore spot for me. I definitely would talk shit about Philadelphia, but I digress. I don't want to open up that can of worms. Denver at the Los Angeles Chargers.
God, I really want to cheer for the local teams, so I'm gonna take the Chargers, man, and they're at home,
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers at home. If they were in Denver, I'd probably be taking Denver, but they're at home, so I'm gonna go with Chargers. Houston at San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Definitely no-brainer there. Detroit versus Seattle. I think I'm going with Seattle just because I think that Russell Wilson's going to ball out.
Game, right?
Yeah,
I think last home game.
Yeah, it could be the last. I got to go with Seattle.
Let's go. Plus, I need to avoid winning the fucking toilet bowl over there, and I'm starting Russell Wilson.
There you go.
I'm starting him. I'm saying, you know what? 3 TDs and 300 yards, homie. That's what I'm expecting this week.
Outstanding.
And 2 of those TDs to fucking. I want to see them throwing that. What's the name? DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf.
I had both of them in that league. Yeah,
Outstanding.
I need it, bro.
I can't believe you're in the toilet bowl, bro.
I know. Well, technically, my cousin Mike drafted that team. That's why. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Everybody knows that, too. Everybody's like, look, we know you didn't draft this team, but still, you're in the toilet bowl. And I was like, yeah, I know.
We got Carolina at New Orleans. Carolina trying to play spoiler. Cam Newton has been benched.
New Orleans. New Orleans trying to win it.
Going with New Orleans as well. All right, man. There's a big question for you, Artie. Arizona at Dallas.
All right, compa. I'm not going to cheer against you. I do, believe it or not, I do like your Cowboys. I just like to get on you and keep you honest. Keep you and Joe. Joe tells me, he's like, man, nobody else keeps me more humble about the Cowboys than you. And it's the truth. I think the Cowboys are good. I just don't think they're... You ask me, I think they're the 3rd, maybe 4th best team in the NFC.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I'm going to take the Cowboys. They're at home, and I do think Arizona's banged up.
Okay.
I think Cowboys on the way up and Arizona's on the way down. So, and I think this is definitely where the Cowboys were, they become the number 3 best team in the NFC, in my opinion.
Right.
It's hard for me to give you number 2 just because you lost to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Tom Brady,
and you have the same record.
They're the reigning champions.
The reigning champs. And
I respect
Green
that, dude.
Clearly the best team.
I respect every single word of that. I'm okay with it.
That's how I feel.
All right, we got the the Sunday night game, Minnesota at Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah, you
sure.
can't go against it, especially Sunday night football. It's gonna be cold, like oh shit. I will hopefully be a little bit sore and a little bit drunk for that game.
Shit, I'll get you sore.
Depending on how golf goes and how the Cowboy game goes. Yeah, so we got to be back in my house by 1:30. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we can do that.
I think so. We got Cleveland at Pittsburgh, and Monday Night Football could be Ben Roethlisberger's final game in Pittsburgh.
Oh, man. Pittsburgh hasn't played that well, man. They just faded so bad, I think, you know? But, I mean, you're right. Man, call me a romantic, bro. I'm going to cheer for Pittsburgh. You know, I don't know why I think Cleveland's going to win, but I'll take Pittsburgh.
I want to be a romantic with you, man. I want to be right there with you and just let him get that win, you know, to go out in front of Pittsburgh. But I got to be a realist. I'm going to go with Cleveland on this one. So we got 2 games where we're split. There are no more Thursday night games for the final 2 weeks or whatever. So no Thursday night pick for next week, guys. We'll just have to wait till Friday to pick our Sunday teams there. And if you guys are putting bets out there somewhere, if you guys are taking some of our picks, guys, please let us know when you guys hit it. I've had a couple people comment with me and let me know, hey, I won a little bit of money here and there. I was like, hey, cool, throw something my way. And then I hear crickets, but whatever. It's fine, dude. Throw those parlays in there, guys. I had you parlayed with the correct picks last week. I already had 11 correct picks. I had 10 of them, so good opportunity there, guys. We're not sucking too much at these picks. So good luck to everybody out there and everybody doing that kind of stuff. All right, compa. Come to that part of the year. Come to that part of the show. It's our favorite sports moments of the year, or things that were memorable to us in sports. I wrote a couple things down. And then, you know, I'll let you take a crack at a couple of these. Tampa Bay damn near blanked the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 31-9 when the Chiefs were coming in as the Super Bowl champions, bringing back a championship to Tampa Bay. That was a good game. That was a surprising game, actually. Ohtani pitching and hitting for the Angels and winning the MVP, finally being able to do what they've been saying he's going to do for the last 3-4 years. I'm really happy about that one. I can't wait to see how it goes this next coming up season. Miggy hitting that home run in the snowstorm, sliding into second base because they couldn't see the ball. They had to have the outfielder go, "Nah, bro, he hit it out." I thought that was a really good, a memorable game or a memorable moment this year. Javi Baez pulling off the unthinkable, routine ground ball to third, throwing up the line. The Pirates' first baseman slowly chases him back towards home plate, allowing a run to score. And Baez ended up at second base. Oh my God, that was a great play. I don't think everybody's ever thought of, what if I stop and not let it run backwards and not let him tag me? But it's one of those things you never see. You probably won't ever see it again. But it happened.
Can I throw one in there? The smoothest slide in baseball history.
The smoothest slide. He did it not once, but twice.
But that one was talked about for like ever, don't you think? Like, man, dude, that was fucking silk, bro. Just silk.
How did he do that? Right? I don't know. How did he do it? And he did it again a couple of weeks later.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
The one at home was just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. MLB cracking down on the sticky situation in the league and watching the number of no-hitters go from skyrocketing to nothing but nothing after the change. If you build it, they will come. The Field of Dreams game was pretty dope.
Oh, and the way it ended and everything, just like the way the whole thing played out was
it was a great game. It was a great experience. The only thing that cheapened it a little bit for me is that we found out later on they used kind of juice balls to let the people hit bigger bombs that game. But other than that, the experience was absolutely amazing. I hope they do it again. For myself, making it into the championship game in 2 different fantasy football leagues, and the number 3 or the third place game or whatever in one more league. So 3 out of 5, I'm making money. Hopefully 2 out of 5 I'm making money. One more, I'm hoping to make money. And then finally, and most importantly, that I could think of this year in sports that was very memorable is the most important one to me is our boys sharing the baseball field for the first time and watching not only your son but my son learn from the greatness that is Mr. Coach Casas here. And that was probably one of my favorite memories of this year. I was watching them play together.
Controlled chaos is what that
was. Yeah, but them sharing the field, there was some good pictures and stuff like that. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's stuff that, in the back of their heads, they might have a little memory as they get older. It'll be real cool seeing them grow up playing together as they get older, Absolutely. That's one thing I'm really looking forward to. Because Luke's talent right now is a little ahead of Leo, and he's younger than him. So it'd be cool to see them being able to play together for a couple more years until Leo's age kind of catches up and stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
So yeah, that was pretty fun. One of the ones that stand out for me, I was really happy when the Dodgers eliminated the Giants in the playoffs, man. Let me tell you, that was like, as a Dodger fan, I think that was one of those things like, let's just not get eliminated by the Giants in the playoffs,
Yeah.
And, they were the better team this year. And we beat them,
Yeah.
in the playoffs. Like, dude, doesn't get much better than that,
Yeah, I think all of Dodger Nation had a sigh of relief, and they were like, whether we win the World Series or not, let's just beat the Giants so they don't.
Yeah.
After that, it's like, exactly. Hey, if we make it, we make it. If not, we beat the Giants, and that's good enough.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah, man. So that was really good. That was a big thing. Man, I forgot who was boxing that night too. There was a boxing match the night the Dodgers eliminated the Giants in the playoffs, because I remember going inside watching it. That was a really good. Oh, it was the Van Wilder versus versus Tyson.
Tyson.
Fury?
That was a great fight.
That was a really good fight.
Really good fight.
That's one that lived up to the hype and all that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. So, and I think I said it when the fight after the fight happened. It was one of those things where you don't see two heavyweights really go at it like that anymore. And it gave me flashbacks of like Tyson and Douglas, just those massive bodies just going at it for rounds and stuff. And you don't see that very much anymore, especially the big guys. And they were still fucking throwing shit, man. But Gypsy King came out on top on that one.
Yeah, so that was a really good fight, man. Really good fight. So that one's another one that stands out. Who won the damn NBA title? Who won the NBA title? Oh, Giannis. Yeah, Giannis comes back.
Winning the NBA title, yeah.
And because they were down, I believe 2-0 to the Suns.
Yep.
And then everybody won 3 straight.
Everybody said the Suns were going to get it, and the Suns got it all right. They just didn't get the championship.
Yeah. Remember the dude saying "Suns in 4"?
Oh yeah. That's another thing. Our special guest D-Smack being on here, which is really cool. Hopefully we get him before the season starts.
Yeah, that fool blew up after he came.
Hell yeah! Remember that, D? Remember that?
Because he was like, I don't hit a ton of home runs. I think probably hit close to 20. Hit double digits for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
man.
Hopefully we get some more special guests on with us. Benny Mena, the comedian, he was on here with us. We've had a few people on here with us this year. I think D-Smack's probably the highlight of my year as far as like guys that have been on the show with us. Not taking anything away from Evan or Andy or fucking Leon.
Leon.
You
know what? Going to the golf tournament was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. That was a nice little highlight moment for
the show
for us.
Yeah. I know one I don't want to see happen again was having Toño here when he was stupid drunk on the show. Toño, I love you, bro, but damn.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. Anything else, man?
Don't forget we have our little side bet of 12-pack, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Cowboys don't make it to the Super Bowl.
I know.
Right.
Have my 12-pack ready.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'll gladly take it. I'll gladly take it if they do make it.
You gotta bring it to my house anyways, because the party will be at my house for the Cowboys Super Bowl, baby.
If there is a Cowboys one, yeah, I'll definitely be at your house. If not, my buddy Andy throws a really good Super Bowl party.
You know, I've heard that from everybody. Like, bro, if the Cowboys win or the Cowboys go, we're going to your house. But if they don't, my buddy throws a fucking kick-ass party, this and that. Judy was telling me, too. She was like, oh, our friends, they throw a big old rooftop party in L.A. for it and this and that, blah, blah. And I'm like, if the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl, we're hosting a goddamn party. Just be ready.
All right.
Just be ready.
Yeah. Andy gets a band and everything. It's pretty damn good.
Oh, right on.
I feel bad, bro. One year he threw a big old party, and it was the year the Cowboys got smacked. I mean, the Broncos got smacked, and he's a big old Broncos fan.
Oh, I remember that year. Guess who else threw a big old party and that year, and then got smashed around was fucking Ramon. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember he went to Party City, right, and got the orange and blue napkins and took the time out to put them orange, blue, and like a little offset each one, so it looked like a big old spiral. He decked out the whole. He pulled out his big old like grandma blanket from Mexico that he got. That was a big old Broncos blanket. He had it outside hanging on the porch. He was decked out. And I remember right before the game started, I walked over to him and I was like, "Hey, bro, all bullshit aside, man, I hope you guys win because all this that you're going through, man, I don't want to see you lose, bro." And then they got their asses slapped.
Yeah, they got smacked. I mean, in horrible fashion, too.
Oh, really bad. Really bad.
Where they got blanked in the first half, I believe.
Yeah, I think they scored 9 points that game.
Oh, jeez, yeah. It was brutal.
It was
pretty brutal.
Definitely brutal.
But then, like, 2 years later, they won it all, right?
Yeah. That's where DeMarcus Ware won that one with Peyton Manning that year.
Okay.
What else, man? I'm trying to think of anything. I'm gonna. By the time we sign off and I upload this, I'm gonna be like, "Oh no, I remember this." I got nothing, bro. I think that's it, right? Right on, man. Well, everybody, be safe. If you guys listen to it tonight, which is we're recording on New Year's Eve, you guys be safe. You know, if you're getting too drunk or if you're drinking at all, make sure you have a designated driver, take an Uber, or just stay where you're at. Drink enough where you pass out and then wake up the next morning and go home. Just be safe, guys. If you guys are out and about and you hear this on the weekends or on the weekend, we're going to be at the golf course on Sunday morning in Beaumont. Me, myself, Ivan, my compadre right here, and Dennis will be out there hacking away at the balls, starting the year right, playing some golf, and then watch the Cowboys at 1:30. So we'll be all right.
We're breaking in on our new golf shoes.
Oh yeah, new golf shoes. I got some new golf balls and a new golf club. So
nice.
Let's go. Let's see how many I can lose. All right, man. Well, if that's it, dude, let's hear the patented Artie send off one more time for the year 2021.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, the COVID numbers are spiking up again, so make sure we're safe and we're staying dry out there tonight and taking our shots if we want them and wearing our masks and just be careful out there. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, please, like I said, be safe, be smart. Aside from New Year's Eve, don't start off the new year with something bad happening. Make sure you guys are paying attention to wherever you're doing, wherever you're going. Ladies, if you're listening, make sure you're paying attention to who's having your drinks and stuff like that. Let's not let anything stupid happen. Everybody, please, please, please be safe, and we'll see you guys in the new year. Next Friday, it'll be the third. No, it'll be the 7th. The 7th. So we'll be back on the 7th. We're rocking and rolling. Trying to get as much as I can out of Artie before he goes back to teaching.
Right.
So we'll definitely be back on the 7th, guys, and we'll catch you guys in the new year. Thank you all very much. Thank you guys for listening once again. For everybody that followed us this year and from before, we do appreciate everything that you guys are doing and all the likes and the subscriptions and the whole 9 yards. Thank you guys, no matter where you guys are listening to us. Thank you for the love and the support. You guys have a great night. Be safe, compa. I'll see you Sunday.
See you Sunday. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, brother.